Well, I would describe Sorcha as the strong silent type. Quiet girl, very helpful, very thoughtful, meticulous girl, and everybody loved her. She was a great character.
Bubbly, full of life, honest, funny, kind. Oh God, she just thought she put everybody in front of herself, even all through illness. She was like a daughter to me. We just got on great, loved to laugh, and she was just, if you met her, she just lit the room up. If she came into the room, she just lit it up. Honest to God.
I think she was the most selfless person I ever met. Even when she was sick, she was still thinking of everybody else. Everybody else still came first, no matter what. She was so brave.
She was very friendly and bubbly, and especially the times when she didn't before she was sick, we just had the best fun with her. She was always a great laugh. Even when she did get sick, she was still a great laugh. There was always crack to be had, wasn't there? It was just great times, so many good memories with her.
Gilly, every time you asked her a question, 9 times out of 10 she laughed before she answered it.
Just honest and straight. You always get a straight answer, no matter what it was, if you liked it or not.
How would you describe Sorcha?
Oh, she was a gag. A real gag. Like, everything was so dramatic and she was so bubbly and her laugh was just so infectious.
She had the dirtiest laugh. She was always laughing.
Is that a cooking line?
It's
going on.
Turn the alcohol off. It's not the Olympic flames, is it?
You light it again?
No!
It's light underneath there.
No,
It's Lauren Cale, Craig Duncan, and Dean Hurley.
She loved her friends, she loved her family.
She was very family oriented type of girl. She always loved Christmas or family holidays, or she was always wanting once to be sitting around the table and eating together.
How I would describe Sorcha is she was absolutely beautiful, and I don't just say that because she's my sister. She was a stunning girl. She was one that if you were out and about, she was the type of girl that she would catch people's eyes because she was so beautiful. She was so funny. Like, you'd have a laugh a minute with her. Sorry, just give me. Sorcha's story is she had went to her doctors to request a smear test because both our grandmothers on my mum's side and my dad's side of the family, they both had died of cervical cancer. We also had an auntie who'd had cervical cancer, but she made a recovery from it. So because of the family history, she thought I better just go and have a smear test, be safe. When she originally went, they said no, she couldn't have one because she was too young. So it was refused. She thought nothing of it, went away. There was no major symptoms at that time. About a month or two later, she went back to her doctor. At that point, she was having very bad pain, a lot of abnormal bleeding, and so the doctor did the smear test, but as soon as they looked in her cervix, they saw a large growth. So she was referred to the hospital. She did have a biopsy done, and because the growth was so large, the consultant that was actually doing her biopsy brought in 2 other doctors to also to take a biopsy from this growth. About a week later, I think it was a Monday, and it was the 9th of September, she was called back up to the hospital. Matt went along with her, and she always said that she knew straight away it was bad news because they brought her into a little room with a couple of chairs, a box of tissues, and then they came in and told her that it was cancer. At that point, we thought, right, she's got cancer, great, she's very strong, very positive, she'll beat it.
I was diagnosed with cancer 10 days after Sorcha was, you know.
We started down the road of treatment with her. She had then had chemo. For about 2 or 3 months she was having chemo and radiotherapy daily.
She
went to Belfast. She received 36 radiotherapies, 33 of which were radiotherapy, 3 of which were brachytherapy, which is radiation put right onto the tumour. The tumour was quite large when it was first found, and it was a shocking event for Sorcha, Matt, the entire family. She went through chemotherapy.
We would have fist with one now, you know, she was getting when I was in treatment, she was in treatment. Through her emails and going through the chemo, she was just, I wouldn't say she was positive. She was just so strong, and me and her just sat laughing. She said, "This is mad, like you've cancer and I've cancer, this is so mad, how this can happen, you know."
She got strength.
She was from out on here.
Aye, definitely.
And she went back in February 2014 to be informed that they had found cancer in her node.
They were concerned about some lymph nodes, so then she underwent an operation to have lymph node removal. She only had about 20 taken at that point, between 20 and 30. They came back okay, so we thought, oh, this is great, she's fine. She had then, in the February-March time, she had further scans and the lymph nodes were swollen. So at that point they decided the best way would be a radical hysterectomy, and that she would again have to go through chemotherapy.
And the first time they gave it to her, she went into anaphylactic shock. And it just...
Basically, that's when I was up and I was heading home. When I got a phone call, I was at the train station on the way down home. I got a phone call to say, "You need to come back up here quick." So by the time I got up, the nurses and doctors were working with her, and she was starting to come round a bit more. She was feeling a bit better, and that scared her. And she actually says to me that day, she says, "If that's the way you die there, so I don't want to die, I guess," because her whole body started locking down. Her eyes started to go blind, she started feeling sickness, just couldn't breathe, and you know, that's when she got that heavy, so they changed the chemo then. Get a later, back to the later one again.
Yeah, they have what they call plans, and it's normally a 3-week cycle and 1 week off of chemo. She couldn't receive any more radiotherapy, so that plan failed, and then she had to go back in April because the nodes, what it actually was, her kidneys weren't working properly, so they had to put 2 stents in. But what had actually happened was that the cancer was in the nodes and it was sticking to the pelvis and pushing up against the kidneys, and it just went on and on. And they did their best. They tried everything they knew. And then on the 7th of October 2014, we were informed that she was terminal.
Sorcha didn't know it was terminal. She didn't ask, and had she asked, we would have told her. But we made the decision that we didn't want her to live in the last days in fear. And we'd been told she had 3 to 6 months, so we expected at some point in that 3 to 6 months that she would ask, was she going to recover? And at that point we would approach the subject with her. But after we got told she was terminal, she died about a week and a half later.
Oh, Matt was the love of her life.
You know, they moved into a new house together. They just moved into a house when she got word about the cancer. She just started her new job, and
they just moved in together 3 weeks. Matt was perfect for Sorcha because Sorcha was so organised. Matt was so laid back.
I think we started when we saw her in 2010, just through friends. Just knew each other through being about the town and nights out and stuff. And we started going steady then.
But Matt was not only good to her, he was good for her, which she was to him.
How I felt when Sorcha was refused the smear test initially, I wasn't majorly concerned because, you know, she was refused because they said there was no risk. She's under 25, there's no risk. People under 25 don't get cervical cancer. So at the time we thought nothing of it. We thought, well, it's not going to be a risk. Then to be told she had cervical cancer and had been refused that smear test, it was just, now looking back, it was like she was denied a fighting chance.
Shocked. Shocked is the word to find out that somebody would be even refused a smear test, especially with their grannies dying of the same illness. It was just so shocking.
Frustrating, really frustrating. It was really frustrating for her too.
I think it's sort of annoying the fact that you would trust and take a doctor's word if they turned around for a smear test. You would automatically think that that must be okay, that it's obviously not something that's a risk.
The doctors, they get fixed, no, there are people that's meant to fix you.
You wouldn't ask for no reason.
When she was refused a smear test, we were devastated, really devastated to hear that young girls, weren't getting these tests done, which they should be having it done. And I remember the first day that she had come into the shop, and I think I was the first one that she had told that she had cancer, cervical cancer. And I was shocked because it was like she was talking about somebody else and not herself. And it just was devastating to hear, And I really thought statistically that there was a good chance of survival with it. But obviously I was wrong.
We'll never know if she would have survived because she had very aggressive cancer. We'll never know if she would have survived it. But she definitely would have had more of a fighting chance.
The main thing with cancer is buying time. And I can't sit and say I would have saved their life and all, but the main thing is buying time, and it obviously would have bought her time, so that's the main thing, do you know what I mean?
Well, Team Sorcha started with our dog.
We
were doing the Ford Hospice walk, and she couldn't walk because she just had her hysterectomy, so I was pushing her on the wheelchair, and I thought, right, I'm going to do something special for her, so we got a wee dog coat made, and my dog, everyone's fed up with me listening about my dog, but we got Team Sorcha put on the coat, and I had, she hated surprises like that, so I had to text her first before I put it on Facebook and stuff, and she loved it, and then it just kind of started from there.
But for a parent to sit and watch your child going through what we watched, it's hard, and it'll not be us the rest of our lives. That's why we are trying to push the campaign so that we don't see any other parent or any other child going through it.
Just a thing to raise awareness, try to just not let something like this happen again.
So other people don't end up in the same boat as she did.
Denying women under 25 and over 63 are in the same position. A smear test is literally sentencing quite a few of them to death.
So the other side of Team Sorcha, the big side is the promoting awareness, making sure the message gets out there to young girls, making sure people know the symptoms, making sure young girls are aware that they're not risk-free. We believe that young women are, Team Sorcha do believe young women are currently at risk by the refusal of cervical screening in the UK. We completely 100% agree with that.
What is it?
If you go for a bikini wax, you can go for a smear. That was her words.
One of the big parts of Team Sorcha at the moment is we get lots of messages on social media from other young girls who have concerns, who are going through the same thing, who need some advice, and I spend a lot of time responding to them, and also responding to all the lovely stories that we get back of, people who've went for smear tests after reading Sorcha's story, who are getting treatment for cervical abnormalities that could have progressed into cervical cancer but was caught very early, and they're the sort of things we love responding to and seeing, because we know we're saving lives then.
We're getting a lot of messages now from people that would never have went for smear tests now, and people are reading the story, and I'm still getting messages from girls that are going for it that never would have, that were scared before, and they've read the story and they're going for it now, and that's the main thing.
We're linked to a lot of other, through Facebook and Twitter, we've linked with a lot of other young girls.
Yeah, the media have been a great friend to the Team Sorcha campaign.
The most supportive thing they can do is just help us spread the word. We have the Facebook page, we have Twitter, all the retweets, all the likes, comments are all perfect. They help us raise awareness. Even just attending our events and coming to the coffee mornings, it just helps keep Sorcha's spirit alive.
Just keep the memory of Sorcha forever.
Just raise more awareness, just get the word out there and get the message out there.
This issue of under 25s being denied smears has not gone away, and it will not go away until the voice is loud enough to be heard.